Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newman Flanagan Center on the campus of Briar Cliff University. It's Charger women's basketball here on the Charger Sports Network at bcuchargers.com. I'm Justin Barker, glad to be with you. We'll run down the starting lineups here in just a minute. It's Clarke against Briar Cliff, as Briar Cliff will welcome in another non-conference opponent before they head into conference play with a huge stretch. They won't step back out of conference until December the 15th, and number one Concordia up next on the schedule for the Chargers. So a big day today here at the Newman Flanagan Center against Clarke. Clarke is 2-0 on the season. The Chargers are 1-2. We'll run down how they got to this point coming up here in just a few minutes. First, it is time for the national anthem, so we'll step aside. And welcome back to the Newman Flanagan Center in time for the starting lineups here for Clarke and Briar Cliff. Again, Clarke is 2-0 in the season. They are coached by Courtney Boyd. Briar Cliff coached by Mike Power. They are 1-2 on the season. For the visitors from Clarke, the Pride. They rank third in the nation on offensive rebounds at 20.5 per game. That'll be something big as we watch throughout the day today. Skylar Culbertson wears number 2, a 5'4 sophomore guard from East Dubuque, Illinois. Faith Begin wears number 3, a 5'7 senior guard out of Wisconsin. McKenna Haas wears number 14. She's a 6'1 junior forward out of Appleton, Wisconsin. Morgan Pitts wears number 25, a 5'10 junior guard from Farley, Iowa. And Tina Ubel wears number 33, a 5'11 sophomore out of Wisconsin as well. A Wisconsin-heavy roster for the Pride out of Clarke. For the Briar Cliff University Chargers, Alyssa Carley wears number 1. She's a 5'11 senior guard from Trainer, Iowa. Number 4 is Brianna Allen, a 5'6 junior out of Crofton, Nebraska. Connor Sudman, the fantastic freshman and leading scorer on this team at 19.3 points per game, is a 5'11 freshman out of Trainer, Iowa. Peyton Slaughter wears number 11. Peyton getting her first start of the season. Peyton is a 5'6 freshman out of Cherokee, Iowa. And Madeline Deitzler wears number 14, a 5'11 sophomore center out of Trainer, Iowa. Deitzler, the second leading scorer, 14.3 points per game. Alyssa Carley at 13.3 points per game. Been an exciting day of college football throughout the country. Now we'll get some college basketball. The Charger football team trailing 19-0 up in Sioux Center against the Dordt College defenders. Struggling offensively are the Chargers, as they've got about 68 yards of offense to 282 for Dordt. Men's and women's cross country competed up at Dordt today in the conference championships. So that's going on as well. Men's basketball will play tonight. Men's soccer will play tonight. Women's soccer is advanced to the GPAC semifinals. They will play on Tuesday. We'll run all that down throughout the afternoon, but the Chargers will go from right to left. Here in the first half, Deitzler in the center circle to jump it up for BCU against Haas. Haas wins it, and the tip goes to the Pride of Clarke. Culbertson will bring it into the front court for Clarke as she puts it onto the near wing. Just underway here at the Newman Flanagan Center. 9:45 to play in the first quarter. Thrown away. Turnover to Briar Cliff. So the Chargers get the first turnover of the game and have the first opportunity at points. Slaughter will dribble up top of the all-white unis for BCU. Carly comes off a screen. She'll make the catch. Right side of the circle, top of the key. Deitzler for a long three. That'll start the scoring for Briar Cliff. 3-0 BCU, 30 seconds in, some full court Charger pressure, broken nicely by the pride of Clarke, tipped away from behind by Carly, unfortunately out of bounds. Clarke has won their first 2 offerings of the season, beating Calumet St. Joseph 90-44 in a home game. They beat Judson of Illinois 83-52. Chargers' non-conference schedule has been brutal to open up this season after they beat Dakota State 85-73. They fell to back-to-back ranked opponents last weekend here at the Newman Flanagan Center, losing 102-62 to St. Xavier, and then 114-92 to Olivet Nazarene. And as we said, coming up next, conference play gets underway here in the GPAC for the Cliff. Three-pointer near corner is good, swished through by Tina Ubel. Tied at 3, Charger basketball in the corner with Carly. Carly pushes up top for Slaughter. Over to Sudman. Sudman starts a drive, had it poked away by Culbertson, gets it back. Floater in the paint, up and good by Peyton Slaughter. Slaughter makes it 5-3, Briar Cliff. They'll continue with their pressure, just 1:05 gone. Here in Sioux City, Iowa at the Newman Flanagan Center. Let us know where you're watching, who you're rooting for. Be glad to say hi to you via our YouTube chat that's up and running. Lobbed inside and off the fingertips of Haas, out of bounds. McKenna Haas, the leading scorer for Clarke at 14.5 points per game, but she averages 9.5 rebounds a game. So nearly a double-double per contest for McKenna Haas, the 6'1" junior from Appleton, Wisconsin. Sudman catches right side of the circle, top of the key. Long bus ride for Clarke today from over in the Dubuque area. Sudman crisscrosses her dribble, leaving it off for Deitzler. Free throw line jumper, no good. Allen fights for the rebound, but it's taken away by Ubel for Clarke. And head coach Courtney Boyd, as she stands calmly down her bench for the time being. Coach Power stands calmly as well. Haas gets the entry pass. Turns, shoots, and scores, and ties the game at 5 with 2 minutes gone. 7:55 to play here in the first quarter. Nice crowd on a beautiful fall afternoon. 61 degrees here in Sioux City. We will take that. Three-pointer on the way for Allen. No good from the near corner. Rebounded by Pitts. Pitts looking to go coast to coast. Left side. Knocked down by a foul from Sudman. So Morgan Pitts will have to earn it at the free throw line. Minnesota Golden Gophers upset 4th-ranked Penn State today up in Minneapolis at TCF Bank Stadium. That was fun to watch. Unbeaten Baylor on the ropes in overtime right now. So they take on Baylor. Iowa and Wisconsin coming up. Just a ton of fun stuff throughout the college football world. Free throw for Pitts is good. 6-5. Chargers with the basketball, 7.5 to play. Here again in quarter number 1. Deitzler's shot is off the mark. Rebounded by McKenna Haas. Emily Gaber into the lineup for Clarke. She's got the basketball in the right wing in front of Coach Mike Power and company. Thrown back up top to Culbertson. Now they look to bounce down low to Haas. She's double teamed along the end line. Beautiful pass to the cutter. Basket up and in for Gianna Michaels. 8-5. Slaughter wants to answer with a running lay-in, but it's no good, but she is fouled. The foul will go to Culbertson and be her first. So it'll be Peyton Slaughter at the free throw line. Free throw is good for Peyton Slaughter. She has 3 early points, averaging 6.5 per contest. Big spin of the basketball for Slaughter. It's up and through. So Slaughter has 4 of the Briar Cliff 7 points. It's 8-7. Chargers with the pressure. Michaels throws it ahead and across the half-court stripe. Culbertson stops and pops with a foot inside the free throw line. No good. A rebound tipped out to Carly. Carly and the Chargers on the attack. Carly doesn't have numbers. Lost her footing and traveled. Heard some footsteps behind her and took that extra half a step. Inbounds play against the pressure to Michaels. Michaels sees two white shirts in front of her. Dribbles right side around it, comes to a stop, and now turns to her left near the center court stripe. She'll pass the timeline, continues, draws in the defense, and has McKenna Haas wide open underneath the basket for an easy lay-in. Beautifully done. Exactly how you draw it up. Brianna Allen bounces down to Madeline Deitzler with her back to the hoop. She turns, shoots, and scores over Haas. That'll be Haas' first foul. Deitzler with a nice strong move. Get a chance for the three-point play and tie it up at the free throw line. Faith Begin back in the lineup for Clarke. Faith averages 9.5 a game. Just on the cusp of being the fourth double-digit scorer per contest for Clarke. Free throw is no good. Haas with the rebound. She'll turn and find the outlet with Michaels as Michaels brings it up. Allen guards her at the top. Be a bump foul against Alyssa Carley. Got a little too anxious on defense. And Coach Power says it's time for a line change. All right, we can do that. Definitely something we're accustomed to with the Chargers. So we'll pick them up as we go here. Brycelyn Comstock, Shannon Sokolowski, Kalina Asbill into the ball game. She gets the steal and runs the point at the top of the key. Businger will catch far side. Jaden Businger will turn right. Taylor Lamprecht with it. Back out to Asbill up top. 15 on the shot clock. At the corner, Lamprecht starts a drive into the paint. She's going to be cut down by a foul. Foul to Skylar Culbertson. That'll be her second. So Culbertson will come out. 3 fresh sets of legs. Emily Clation in for the first time for Clarke. Morgan Pitts back in the lineup. Shot is no good on the first free throw. A little strong. So Taylor will have one more free throw opportunity. Big bend of the knees for Taylor. This one's through, so she's in the scoring ledger for the game today. Look for more from her as the game is tied at 10. 4 minutes in, and we've got a foul along the far sideline. Believe it'll go to Sokolowski. It will. Her first and the team's third. So Michaels will dribble it up, looking at a double team, gets rid of it nicely. Into the front court. Begin was calling for it. She gets it. She's open for three. It's well off the mark, no good. And last touched out of bounds by Morgan Pitts. She was fighting along with Brycelyn Comstock underneath the basket for the rebound. So it'll be Charger basketball. Asbill up top, threw it away. Faith Begin has the right side and a wide open lane for the lay-in. Good. Steal and points. Points off of turnover, huge in whatever sport you're talking about. She converts nicely for Clarke to make it 12-10. Bounced up top for Businger, about 5 feet behind the three-point line. She comes to a jump stop and threw it away. Saw Taylor Lambrecht out of the corner of her eye, but pass was too tall, and it continues out of bounds. Across the half-court stripe come the pride of Clarke, wearing dark blue today. Clarke written in gold in front of their jersey. Trimmed out in white, white numerals. Pass goes through a number of hands. Pitts on the baseline for the jumper, no good. Rebounded in the far corner by Brianna Allen, where she's double-teamed but fouled. Gianna Michaels, I believe, will be the offender. She is her first, team's fourth. So the Chargers will get a clean slate here. Slaughter set to bring the basketball up the floor. Thrown away. Steal by Ubel. Right side. Oh, she got away with a carry, I believe. Ball got a little high off her hand, but the lay-in is good. 14-10. Chargers have it. Cross-court pass. Knocked down by Pitts. Almost stolen. Chargers keep it. Shot on the way. No good. Rebounded inside by Begin. She'll outlet. Dribble comes up the near side of the floor. Pitts was open for three. Decides not to take it. Takes a dribble in to step in. Two-pointer off the mark. Rebounded inside of the offensive glass by Clayton. And a foul coming. A foul will go against Carly for the Chargers. That'll be her second foul and the team's fourth. So we're shooting free throws next time around. On the foul for either team. Michaels has it far side. She'll feed it inside. Haas's shot is no good. Taken off the hands of Sudman. Haas with a steal. Now they'll call a jump ball as Deitzler ties her up. Possession arrow favors Briar Cliff. Sokolowski into the Charger lineup. Gaber back in, as well as Kaylee Van Zeelen for Clarke. (26-7), Dort leads Briar Cliff. Up in Sioux Center, Iowa, open space field and GPAC play. Stolen away by the Pride of Clarke, and a foul coming. The pass was intended for Sudman. And that'll be Sudman's second foul, team's fifth, which means free throws coming. Dakota Wesleyan leading Jamestown on the gridiron, 27-14. As we look at the GPAC scoreboard today. Morningside up 52-7 over Concordia. So the top-ranked team in the country looking to stay unbeaten and set up a showdown with unbeaten and fifth-ranked Northwestern next week. Northwestern upholding their end of the bargain as well, 44-10. 15-10 is our score here. Van Zeelen's free throws are good. It's 16-10. Allen looked for a bounce pass in heavy traffic. Ball was kicked away. So it'll be Charger basketball in the reset. Businger pushes near side. She gets it back off the handoff from Allen. Now back over to Allen across the top of the key. Sokolowski with it. She hands to Businger. She twirls around with 10 on the shot clock. Looking inside. Pass blocked right back to her. To Peyton Slaughter. Slaughter turns towards the hoop. She dumps it off at the free throw line. Deitzler drives and will draw the foul against Haas. That'll be Haas's second if it's on her. Might not be, though. There was a couple of players down there. It'll be free throws nonetheless for Deitzler. That'll go to Van Zeelen, her first. But it is the team's fifth. Free throw no good. So Deitzler will get one more. She does have 5 points on the day. And the second free throw off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Morgan Pitts as she dribbles up the center of the floor. Gaber over to Faith Begin with it. Looking back up top for Gaber with 15 on the play clock, or shot clock, play clock. Still kind of in football mode. Begin on the baseline, no good. Rebound run down by Slaughter for the Chargers. She has numbers, keeps it. Drives down the center of the floor, over to Sokolowski in the far corner. Jumper no good. Slaughter with the offensive rebound. Put back good. Peyton Slaughter. She's got 6. Obviously, Coach Power saw something in practice this week, deciding to put her in the starting lineup. It's paid off nicely. So Deitzler and Slaughter have done 98% of the scoring today. Jumper at the elbow, good for Emily Gaber. Nice basket. 18-12, Clarke has the lead. Pass for Allen. Long, goes through her hands, but last touch by Van Zeelen for Clarke. Gianna Michaels back in the lineup. Kalina Asbill back in as well. Taylor Lemprecht will check in. Let's bring in Bryceland Comstock as well. Why not? 2:21 to play here in the quarter. 18-12 your score. Into Businger. Businger looks left baseline, cut off nicely as she turns back to her right. Three-pointer on the way, no good for Comstock. Rebounded by Michaels. She'll turn and burn for Clarke. Now stopping, pushing it ahead to Pitts. Right side of the circle, top of the key. She'll go across court to Van Zeelen. Van Zeelen looks down to Haas. She catches, does a nice little pirouette in a basket, leaving the defender off her right side. 20-12, good play by Haas in the post. She's very good down there. Sokolowski with a drive, lay in good. Right-handed shot from the left side. We had a whistle on the play. I'm not sure. Couldn't hear him with my headphones on. What was that about? What did he say? Okay, I couldn't hear him, obviously. Michaels dribbles the center of the floor, almost lost the dribble, does now, ball's loose. Pulled in by Sokolowski. She'll turn and look up for Briar Cliff. Not a lot doing. She'll outlet to the near side for Comstock. Comstock will leave it off for Businger. She can shoot from out there, but doesn't. So Asbill will call a play for the Briar Cliff offense. Comstock turns to her right, has some room down the paint. Haas blocks it away. Out of bounds. Briar Cliff will keep it. Coach Power wants a timeout. Can't get one. Not sure why. Play was dead, but must have been another rule change. Pitts for three, no good. Rebounded by Michaels on the offensive end for Clarke. Back over to Michaels, 59 seconds left. And a foul by Sokolowski. That'll be her second foul. So Carly, Sudman, and Sokolowski all with two fouls for the Chargers. Clarke shooting 8 of 14. Briar Cliff 5 of 11. Free throw for Michaels. Hits the right side of the rim and rolls off the front. Both teams with 5 turnovers to this point of the game. Second free throw is in and out, no good as well. And it should be a foul on Haas. It is. Going over the back of Sokolowski, who had her blocked out nicely. So that'll be her second foul. We'll go to the other end for free throws. Sokolowski will have a couple of free throws here. Her first trip to the free throw line this afternoon. Free throw is good for Shannon Sokolowski. She's got 3. It's 20-15. Second one upcoming. That one's good as well. So Sokolowski hits both, and a 30-second timeout on the floor by Coach Courtney Boyd of Clarke. 20-16 with 56 seconds to play here in the first quarter of action. Just a ton of stuff going on in the GPAC today. Midland leads Doane 31-7 with 5 minutes to play in that ball game. 52-7, Mustangs still lead Concordia. Dakota Wesleyan 27-14 over Jamestown. Actually make it 34-14, just a touchdown scored by Dakota Wesleyan, a battle of 1 and 8 teams in that matchup. Dordt leads 26-7 over the Chargers. DeAndre Collins-Jones to Richard Brown for the lone touchdown on the day for the BCU offense. Clarke basketball. 52 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Michaels with the dribble. She'll break the timeline into the front court to Van Zeelen. Back to Michaels. Down to 15 on the shot clock for Clarke. Van Zeelen looks inside. Not a lot doing. Very good defense by the Chargers. Under 10 on the shot clock. Pitts baseline jumper up and over the outstretched hand of her defender. No good. Sokolowski with a rebound. She'll turn and bring it up for Briar Cliff. About a half-second difference in the game and the shot clock. Sokolowski had it poked at and stolen by Gaber. So Michaels will bring it up with the shot clock off. Pitts beyond the arc, doesn't go. Little runner through the right side of the paint. Good by Emma Kalatian. 22-16. Chargers have 5 on the clock. Comstock needs to shoot it. Businger's going to have to let it go at the buzzer. She does, and it's well off the mark. And after a quarter, it's Clarke 22 and Briar Cliff 16 here on the Charger Sports Network at bcuchargers.com. We'll get some stats for you here in just a sec with the one stanza finished. Leading scorer for Clarke is McKenna Haas with 6. Tina Ubel with 5. Leading Charger scorer is Peyton Slaughter with 6. Madeline Deitzler with 5. Shannon Sokolowski with 4. And Taylor Lamprecht with 1. So it's 22-16 after a quarter here at the Newman Flanagan Center. Some shooting statistics through 1. Clarke 9 of 17 for 53%. Briarcliff 5 of 12, 42%. Beyond the arc, Clarke 1 of 3. Briarcliff 1 of 5. Free throw line, Chargers 5 of 9 and Clarke 3 of 6. Rebounding advantage to Clarke 11-7. Bench scoring 8-5 for Clarke. Points in the paint 16-8 for Clarke. Second chance points 2-0 for BCU. Points off of turnover big. The difference in the game 10-4 is the difference, and the Pride have the advantage in that. We'll run down some top 25 major college basketball for you a little bit later on. Or major college football, sorry. Plenty of that going on and some good stuff. Clarke's biggest lead 8 today. Briarcliff's biggest lead was that three-pointer that started the ball game. Score's been tied 3 times. We got a whistle off the basketball. Lead changed hands once. Clarke's held on to it since then. Foul will go to Peyton Slaughter, her first. Team's first of the quarter, just 14 seconds in. Culbertson dribbles up top. She comes to a stop, turns around and goes to Pitts. Out beyond the arc. Culbertson drives in traffic. Puts it in the hands of Haas. Out to begin for 3, in and out, no good. Rebound poked around. Deitzler will get credit for it. Deitzler ahead to Sudman. Sudman left side. Tries to step her way into the lane, but was fouled by Culbertson, I believe. That might be her third. It is. Skylar Culbertson's third foul. Well before halftime here at 9:21 to go in the first half. Big foul for the starter Culbertson, who averages 11 points a game. Free throw is good for Connor Sudman, her first point of the game, averaging nearly 20. Iowa just got a turnover. They've got it 1st and 10 of the 16 for Wisconsin. Free throw good, making it 22-18. Full court pressure by BCU. Begin, will dribble through it and around it. She'll leave it for Pitts up top. Michaels looks inside, down to 15 on the shot clock. Three-pointer is well off the mark. Ubel tried to save it in, ran out of room in the near corner, so the Chargers will get it. (22-18). Under 9 to play here in the first half. Our Square Tire halftime show will come your way. Sudman drives right side, stops, pops, fading away toward the end line. No good, rebounded by Haas. Haas wants to push. Michaels, the runner, goes to the right side for the lay-in. No good. Offensive rebound and put back up and over the rim by Ubel. No good. And a foul on the rebound as Deitzler came out with it. Foul will go to Faith Begin. That'll be her first and the team's second. 22-18, Chargers looking to cut into the Clarke lead. As Coach Boyd walks her sideline a little bit. Lobbed into Deitzler. She'll take a big step towards the hoop, but it's blocked down by Haas and out of bounds. They're going to say it was last touch by Deitzler, and I think the out top referee is going to come down and say, no, I saw that. It was definitely a block by Haas, and it was a beautiful block. The Chargers will get the possession. Alyssa Carley will do the inbounding. She bounces to Deitzler, right back to Carley. Foot on the line, it'll be a long two, but it falls, 22-20. 8:15 to go first half. Good press break by Clarke as they use Faith Begin along the near sideline to bring it up. Ubel drives, lays it up, no good. Ball poked out of bounds to BC. So the Chargers can tie or take the lead on this possession. Be a nice boost for Briar Cliff. They've trailed for much of the first quarter. Bounce through the paint to Sudman. Sudman hands it off. Alyssa Carley wants a three up top, no good. Rebound poked around. Peyton Slaughter wins the battle. Saves it up as she floats it through a lot of hands. Pulled in by the Chargers. Carley looks far side for Slaughter. Baseline jumper. Peyton Slaughter well off the mark. Begin pulls it out of the air, no good. She'll run for Clarke as she puts on the brakes and throws it away. Looking near side for Morgan Pitts and just put way too much air under the basketball. Gaber will check in. Kaylee Van Zeeland checks in as well. Iowa gets a field goal and their lead's 3-0, 7.5 to play in the first quarter. Up in Madison with Minnesota winning today. Now Wisconsin. Three-pointer up and good for Madeline Deitzler. Went high off the rim. I didn't think it had a chance. Bounced real high and then fell back through. 23-22 BC. Jump shot for the return. No good by Van Zeeland. Pulled in by Deitzler, and it should be a foul, but they may call a jump ball. They're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow to Briar Cliff. Michaels had her hand hooked into Deitzler. Well, could have gone either way. Just one of those 50-50s. But with Goldie Gopher winning over Penn State today, Iowa and Wisconsin, winner of that game, or the loser of the game, is definitely eliminated. With both playing Minnesota yet this season. Baseline jumper, good for Sudman. Beautiful fadeaway. And now they need some help to win the Big Ten West. Goldie Gopher definitely has their foot on the gas, and they've got control of their destiny. Bounced into Haas. Haas will turn and shoot, no good. Rebound pokes through a couple of hands into Van Zeeland's hands where she says, I'll take it and score, and does. 25-24. Sudman continues her dribble, now flips it up and over to Alyssa Carley. Carley goes back to the right side, leaves it off in the corner. Allen brings it back up towards the top. Deitzler drives, kicks it out. Slaughter open for three. Good! Peyton Slaughter. Beautiful rotation on the basketball from Slaughter, and a timeout by Coach Boyd and Clarke. 32nd timeout, and the Chargers have a 4-point lead. Good ball movement by Briar Cliff. Gets Slaughter open. She's got 9 first half points. Rotating the basketball and good things happen. With a timeout on the floor, major college football. Obviously, big bunch of big games today, some including unbeaten teams. Penn State fell for the first time today. LSU leads 10-7 over Alabama. Ranked 2 against ranked 3. Ranked number 4 lost. That would be Penn State. 31-26, Minnesota now 9-0. Baylor stays unbeaten. They're 9-0. 23-13 over TCU. So we'll lose a couple of unbeaten teams this weekend. Later on tonight, Notre Dame and Duke, Iowa State, Oklahoma. And a foul immediately on the inbounds play will go to Kalina Asbill. Her first. Team second with 6:02 to play here in the first half. Bryceland Comstock back in for Briar Cliff. Chargers put on the pressure. Poked away from behind by Sudman, but Michaels there to catch it. She dribbles through two Chargers across the half-court stripe. 15 on the shot clock for Clarke. Haas lobs it inside, had a runner, but we got a 3-second violation. Called against Gaber of Clarke. She got behind the defense very nicely, but didn't step out of the paint to go back in. So it's 28-24, Charger basketball. They shoot with the lead. Bounce to the free throw line. Lamprecht out top. Sudman wants a three. No good. Rebound bounds into the far corner for Begin. And she's got it. Clarke been empty for a couple of minutes now as they look for some offense. Pitts drives just inside the arc. Begin thought about stepping into a three, but doesn't. Over to Michaels. Back to Pitts up top. 9 on the shot clock. Good defensive stand by the Chargers. Down to 5, down to 4, and should be a travel. They're going to call a phantom foul somewhere here. It is a travel. They are not. They are going to make the right call. Well done, refereeing crew. See, we give them credit where credit is due, right? That was the right call. Because it would have certainly been a phantom foul. Asbill to Sudman. Sudman back out top for Comstock. Lamprecht top of the key. Back to Comstock. Comstock takes a couple of left-hand dribbles over to Sudman. Sudman drives, shoots over Haas. Off the bang board, no good. Tried to bank it in, but a little too strong. No English on that ball at all. Bounce pass to Pitts. Pitts looks inside for Haas. She's great down there. Takes one dribble to the basket and scores. 28-26, 4:15 to play in the first half. Comstock picks up her dribble. Sudman there. She'll leave it off for Asbill. Asbill back near side for Carly. Carly gets it into Lamprecht. She turns. Haas blocks it out of the air and pulls it right in. Terrific post defender, McKenna Haas. A jump ball call as Michaels lost her footing and went sliding across the hardwood. But they really couldn't call her for a travel because she didn't actually possess the ball that long. Possession arrow does favor Clarke, so they will get the basketball. But she kind of slid, lost the handle, then gathered it back in and waited for the jump ball call. Chargers maybe could have guarded her for 5 seconds and got that violation, but jump ball's all good. Gaber inside. Ubel shoots and scores in heavy traffic over two defenders. 28-28, we're tied. Charger basketball with Sokolowski near corner in front of the Clarke bench. Over to Comstock. Comstock with a couple of dribbles to Deitzler at the right elbow. Deitzler wants to drive. She stops. Haas knocks it down. Deitzler continues with the ball, then lost it. Jump ball. Will stay with Briar Cliff. Brianna Allen back into the Charger lineup. Kaylee Van Zeelen in, the Greenleaf, Wisconsin native. 8 on the Charger shot clock. Lobbed in up top to Deitzler. Wanted to go right back down to Slaughter, but can't. Businger has the dribble. She turns into the paint and traveled. She did, no doubt about it. .3:15 to go. Ubel dribbles nearly coast to coast. Gaber will take a jumper. It's no good. High rebound, poked around. Pulled out of the air by Van Zeelen. She travels in big time traffic. Had about 4 players around her. Dordt now leads BCU 36-7 on the football field. Briar Cliff will close their campaign next week with a long road trip to the frozen tundra of Jamestown, North Dakota for Coach Wagner's squad. Three-pointer, Slaughter, good! Slaughter has 12. She leads all scorers. Chargers back up by 3 with 2:40 to go in the half. Ball squirts through towards the end line. Picked up by Slaughter, who was on the ground. She's calling for it wide open in the corner, but they can't get it to her. She just kind of pushed it to a teammate, laying flat on her stomach on the ground. Slaughter over to Businger. Businger looks inside. Sokolowski wants to drive, turns left, fadeaway jumper, can't bank it in. Haas with a rebound. She'll clear for Clarke. Van Zeeland has a wide open two. It's no good. Businger with a rebound. Briar Cliff shooting 10 of 25. Made 4 3-pointers. Clarke shooting 12 of 28. As I mentioned, they've really cooled off here in this half. Just 6 points through the first 8 minutes. Allen ducks around her defender. Lay in no good. Her shooting was 53% after one, down to 43% now. So the Pride has struggled here in the quarter as Allen will get the foul defending. Be Alyssa Carley and Brycelyn Comstock back into the Charger lineup. McKenna Haas leads Clarke with 8 points and 5 rebounds. Peyton Slaughter with 12 points and 3 rebounds for Briar Cliff as Sudman checks back into the ball game. She's got 4 first half points, averaging 20. Van Zeeland on the inbound to begin up top. She'll throw it across the top to Michaels. Michaels has it, being backed up by Comstock, and she throws it away. Sudman with a steal. She's got numbers. She's got a 2-on-1. Sudman will ball fake on the pass. Lay in no good. Slaughter fights for the rebound, but is tied up. So it'll be Clarke basketball off the jump ball. That'll allow the Chargers to set up their pressure. But it's into Michaels cleanly, being guarded by Comstock. Michaels dribbles across the half-court stripe. Minute 15 to go on the half. Left wide open. Clayton lay in good. She's got 4. Draw the defense up towards the free throw line. Your post player's wide open. Second time Clayton's got a basket like that. She's positioned herself perfectly. Sudman's drive and shot is off the mark. Van Zeeland with a rebound. 31-30, under a minute to play here in the half. Carley comes out to guard Michaels. Now Comstock takes over. Michaels calling for some help, lost the handle. And a bump foul by Comstock will slow things down and be the team's 4th. Her first, team's 4th, 43 seconds left. Keegan Held into the ball game for Briar Cliff. Held, a 5'3" freshman from Lee, Nebraska. Sokolowski back into the lineup for Sudman. So 42 seconds left to play in the half. Van Zeeland catches. Back to begin the inbounder. She drives left and is poked at and fouled by Deitzler. Deitzler's first. That'll be the team's 5th, so free throws will be shot for the last 38 seconds if there's a foul. For Clarke, it'll be begin at the free throw line. She had a basket earlier. Free throw is good. So Faith ties it up at 31. Second free throw on the way, and that one is good too. 4 points for Faith begin, and the lead teeters back to Clarke. 32-31. 30 seconds to play in the first half. Chargers would love to have the halftime lead. Wide open jumper for Comstock, good. Brycelyn Comstock puts the Chargers back up top, 33-32. Knocked out of the air. Carley collects with the steal, left hand. Laying good for Alyssa Carley. Points off of turnovers, huge. 35-32, Briar Cliff with 6. Down to 4, down to 3, Michaels. Throws up a shot at the buzzer. That should be a charge. It is a charge against Michaels. That'll be her second with 0.2 seconds left. So not really an opportunity to do much with the basketball, but most importantly, they hold Clarke off of the scoreboard. That's the end of the first half. A good defensive quarter for the Chargers has afforded them the halftime lead. Briar Cliff 35 and Clarke 32. We'll take a brief break here on the Charger Sports Network at bcuchargers.com. Our Square Tire halftime show is next. And welcome back to the Square Tire halftime show here on the Chargers Sports Network at bcuchargers.com. Briar Cliff 35 and Clarke 32 here at the Newman Flanagan Center in Sioux City. Through a half, well, the second quarter definitely the story after the Chargers trailed by 6. They outscore Clarke 19-10 in that second quarter of action and hold the lead. We'll get some scores around the GPAC for you. One of the final football Saturdays of the year, the final being next week, is Northwestern 44-17 over Hastings. They lead with about 4:30 to play in that one. So Northwestern will be unbeaten, and Morningside will be unbeaten for the conference title. Next week up in Orange City should be a fantastic football game. Morningside 52-7 over Concordia. Dakota Wesleyan 41-14. They beat Jamestown. And at the last check, Midland leads Doane 31-7. That game has gone final, so there you go. The Briar Cliff men's soccer team will play in the GPAC semifinals tonight at crosstown rival Morningside. 6 o'clock game under the lights at Elwood Olson Stadium. Winner moves on to the GPAC title game after Morningside was a winner over Briar Cliff last week to win the Great Plains Athletic Conference title. Women's soccer is advanced in the GPAC tournament as well. They're semifinal bound Tuesday in Midland. Men's basketball team was a 92-80 winner over Dakota State last night to improve to 4-0. They play Presentation College tonight. Excuse me. And that game available via web stream at a Presentation College as well. But a nice 92-80 win last night for Coach Mark Svigera and his group. So again, they will play Presentation College tonight. So a ton of stuff going on, and all of it's fun. Hey, Kev. Sports Information Director Kevin Potabom is busy and then some this time of the year. It is. It's Thank Your SID week. So we'll thank Kevin for pumping us full of information. Like we said, we have men's soccer today. We have men's hoops today. We have women's basketball today. Had the GPAC Cross Country Championships up at Dort today. Am I missing anything? When does volleyball play again? They're done. Okay, volleyball's done. That's right, I knew that. When's wrestling start?
They're at Dakota Wesleyan Open today.
Okay, wrestling starts today for Coach Priv and company at the Dakota Wesleyan Open. So, yeah, if you're, if you're an SID looking for something to do, you got a lot. So all of those scores are where we're at. You can check out the live stream of the men's soccer team on the pitch later on tonight. Major college football for you. Give you some scores here. With 9:35 to play in the second quarter, LSU 16-7 over Alabama. Joe Burrow 10 for 10 with 153 yards and 2 scores for the Tigers. K-State leads Texas 14-7. Approaching halftime in Austin. 20th ranked Cincinnati up 17-0 over UConn mid-second quarter. USC out to a 28-7 lead over Arizona State in Pac-12 play. Got Michigan State 28-3 over Illinois early in the second quarter. Iowa 3-0 over Wisconsin. End of a quarter. I'm a huge Iowa Hawkeye football fan. I will be surprised if the winner of that game hits the 14-point mark today. That's a battle of defenses in Madison. Don't look for a lot of yards. I'll tell you that much. Ohio State 73-14 over Maryland. Minnesota, the big win today, 31-26 over Penn State at TCF Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. So Goldie Gopher will be 9-0 heading into Kenneck next week in Iowa City with Floyd of Rosedale on the line. 10th ranked Florida shut out Vanderbilt 56-0. Number 12 Baylor 29, TCU 23 in 3 overtimes. Baylor stays unbeaten. They're 9-0 and maybe headed into the top 10. Number 25 SMU's 9-1. 59-51 in a shootout against 3-7 East Carolina. Awesome. Just awesome. Games yet to kick off or tonight. 6th ranked Georgia hosts Missouri. At 15th ranked Notre Dame on the road at Duke in Durham, North Carolina. Number 5 Clemson at NC State. Iowa State on the road at number 9 Oklahoma. Got Wyoming at 22nd ranked Boise. And for those of you like me that love to stay up late and watch games, San Jose State and Hawaii. 10 o'clock kickoff time here in the Central Time Zone. So I love those late games, be it the Pac-12 or the Mountain West. Nevada and San Diego State on later on too. That's just fun stuff. Square Tire halftime show here on the Charger Sports Network at bcuchargers.com. 35-32, Briar Cliff has the lead. Chargers shooting 12 of 31 for 39%. Clarke shooting 13 of 30 for 43%. Chargers 4 of 10 beyond the arc. Clarke 1 of 5. From the free throw line, Briar Cliff 7 of 11 for 64%. Clarke 5 of 8 for 63%. Rebounding advantage to Clarke 24-16. Clarke has 6 offensive rebounds to 3 for Briar Cliff. 9 assists, 13 turnovers for Clarke, so the Charger defense doing a great job there. 6 assists to 8 turnovers for BCU. Individual leaders, McKenna Haas with 8 points and 6 rebounds, on her way to a most likely double-double. Peyton Slaughter with 12 points and 3 rebounds. She leads Briar Cliff in both of those. Bench scoring 12-7 for Clarke. Points in the paint, 24-10 for Clarke. Second chance points tied at 2. Points off of turnover, 12-10 in favor of Briar Cliff. Biggest lead of the day for Clarke has been 8. Biggest lead of the day by the Chargers, 4, which they did at the 6:05 mark of the first half. Score's been tied 5 times. Lead has changed hands on 4 different occasions. It's the Square Tire halftime show here on the Charger Sports Network at bcuchargers.com. We're going to take a brief pause, and then we'll come back and get you ready for the second half. Again on the Charger Sports Network at bcuchargers.com. And welcome back to the Newman Flanagan Center on the campus of Briar Cliff University here in Sioux City, Iowa. It's the pride of Clarke and your Briar Cliff University Chargers. Briar Cliff with a 35-32 lead at halftime. Chargers led by Peyton Slaughter with 12 points in her first start here at BCU, the freshman out of Cherokee, Iowa. So Coach Powers said, hey, we're going to put you in the starting lineup, need something big out of you, and they've got it so far. 12 points and 3 rebounds. She leads the way. Big thank you to Square Tire, our halftime show sponsor here on the Charger Sports Network, as we thank our Charger Sports Network sponsors, including Heartland Chiropractic, Townhouse Pizza and Lounge, Sport Clips, Bob Rose Point After, Bob Rose North End Zone, and West Side Pizza. Big thank you. And remember, take your game ticket or before or after any Charger game here on campus, go over to One-Eyed Jack's. They'll set you up with a half-price appetizer. Great place to watch football on Saturday, on Sunday, whatever it may be. One-Eyed Jack's, they've got that great cackle burger if you haven't had it yet. Peanut butter, jelly, egg on a cheeseburger. Sounds odd, but it's awfully tasty over at One-Eyed Jack's. So thanks again to Square Tire. 2 locations, Hamilton Boulevard and Gordon Drive here in Sioux City. Chargers with the basketball to start the second half. Carly for 3, good. Alyssa Carly from out top. She'll get the second half scoring started, and it's the Chargers' biggest lead of the day at 38-32. Begin will catch it. Begin has a 2-on-1. She'll take the jumper at the left elbow, no good. Rebound pulled in by Ubel for Clarke. She'll take a step towards the hoop and is fouled on the way in. Ball rolled over the back of the rim. We'll go to Deitzler and be her second. Team's first of the second half. So Tina Ubel at the free throw line. Free throw is no good. Hard off the back of the rim. Second one on the way, good. Tina Ubel with 8, tying McKenna Haas for game high honors. Sudman at the free throw line, looks to bounce inside. Deitzler gets a half step behind the defender, turns around, shoots and scores. She's got 10, the second Charger in double figures. And Peyton Slaughter thought about going for the steal, put on the brakes, but ran into Morgan Pitts. That'll be a foul. So it's 40-33. 9:12 to go here in the third quarter. Culbertson had 3 fouls, collected her third early in the second quarter. She's back in the lineup. Ubel with a jumper, no good. Sudman with a rebound. She'll turn it up for Briar Cliff. Sudman along the far sideline to Brianna Allen. Allen takes a few dribbles. One-handed pass to Slaughter over to Sudman. Sudman down to Deitzler. Deitzler with a drop step. She'll step back and shoot it over the rim, no good. Jump ball as Allen put her hands on the basketball. It'll be tied up. Possession arrow favors Clarke. So it's 40-33 Briar Cliff. 8:43 to play, third quarter. Chargers' biggest lead of the day now is 7. Clarke is led by as many as 6 today. Top of the key for Pitts. She'll swing it around. Good ball movement by Clarke. Down to Culbertson. Little shuffle pass inside to Haas, who's fouled by Slaughter. Slaughter's third. Team's third of the quarter. Wisconsin just scored a touchdown. They lead Iowa 7-3. The Heartland Trophy on the line in Madison today. Free throw is good. 40-34. Second free throw off the front of the rim, no good for McKenna Haas, but she's got 9. Charger basketball, Sudman right wing. Sudman sees a lane to the hoop, shoots, no good. Drawing in some contact, but not enough for a foul. Ball pokes out way over by the Charger bench. And Morgan Pitts has it. Pitts at the top of the key, back over to Culbertson. Culbertson will run the point as she bounces far side to Ubel. Ubel's drive is cut off, almost thrown away. Slaughter looked to save it in, trying to throw it off of Pitts, but she was out of bounds. So Ubel will inbound. 2 minutes gone here in the third quarter, 40-34. Pitts to Culbertson. Culbertson drives the paint, leaving it off in the corner. Ubel for three, no good. Rebound pulled in by Madeline Deitzler of Briar Cliff. Long pass over everybody to Carly as she has to tiptoe the sideline to keep it in for Briar Cliff. And then we got a timeout by Coach Power. So he'll call a timeout and just allow his team to catch their breath here on this possession, a big one. Leading by 6. They want to continue on towards that way of leading this ball game. So .740 to go here in the third quarter. Slaughter and Deitzler are the double-digit scores for Briar Cliff. Van Zeeland and Haas, their next basket will put them in double figures for the pride of Clarke. Sudman looks to inbound. Sudman gets it back off the inbounds play for three. Good, Connor Sudman. The inbounds player is the most dangerous one on the floor more often than not. She proved it there. 9-point Charger lead. Pitts with an elbow jumper, no good. At the free throw line, ball goes to the deck, pulled in by Ubel and squirting it back through traffic to begin. Back to Pitts. Ubel drives baseline, puts in a jumper, good. She gets the roll. She's got 10. Allen for Carly in the corner. She looks at Deitzler cutting through, nothing doing. Sudman posts up near the free throw line. We got an offensive foul off the ball. Brianna Allen pick up her second, team's fourth. Culbertson looks at that full court pressure. She'll dribble around it as she sprints up the floor. Nice bounce pass to Haas. Be an offensive foul called against Culbertson. It'll be her fourth. So Skylar Culbertson will have to go to the bench for a while. .43-36 with 6:50 to play in the third quarter. Chargers lead and have the basketball. Sudman well beyond the arc will take a dribble closer to the hoop. To Deitzler. Deitzler into the corner. A jump stop and shot no good by Keegan Held. It'll graze out of bounds off the rim, no good. So it'll be Clarke basketball. Ubel helps the pressure. Pitts will dribble. Pitts looks towards center court. They're going to call a late foul against Brianna Allen. Should have been called earlier. No, they're going to call a push against Keegan Held, her first. That's double bonus free throws now for Clarke for the remainder of the quarter. Like we said, no doubt a foul there, but Chargers racking up the fouls here with 6.5 on the clock here in the third. Free throw rolls home for Morgan Pitts. She's got 2, both at the free throw line. It's got to be careful of putting the opposing team on the free throw line a lot here, especially for an entire quarter, as Morgan Pitts hits both. 43-38. Now Clarke will put some pressure. Held and Carly dribble through it, and Carly throws it away right to McKenna Haas on the interception. Pitts into the front court. Chargers a little sloppy the last couple of times down. Gianna Michaels into the ball game. She played a lot in the first half. Pitts for 3, no good. Rebound fought for and won by Ubel. High off the window, too strong, no good. Haas with a rebound. She takes a dribble, steps into the paint, and is fouled. So Haas will go to the free throw line. Foul to Madeline Deitzler will be her third. 43-38. Haas's free throw is good. So she has 10. Second one for Haas is no good. Rolls out. Ubel with the offensive rebound. Put back no good. Blocked on the way up for the second chance. It's going to go, and a three-point play chance coming. Well, let's see what they call here. They're going to call. What are they going to call? They're going to call Deitzler on her fourth foul. And it'll be Ubel at the free throw line, 43-39. First free throw is good. So they called it before the shot, so it's 43-40. Second one on the way. And no good. Rebound pulled in by Sokolowski for Briar Cliff. Down to a three-point Charger lead. Sudman gets it top of the key. Slaughter wants a three. That's off the mark. No good. Pitts collects it out of the air. Michaels on the right wing. She looks at a few runners. Look to throw it into Haas. Overthrew Haas. Not out of bounds off the hands of McKenna Haas. So it'll be Charger basketball as we near the midway point here in the third quarter. Emily Gaber back into the lineup for Clarke. Slaughter leaves it off for Sudman. Right side of the circle, top of the key. Sudman drives. She's cut off out to Sokolowski. Sudman sets a screen and gets pushed through. That should be a foul on Emma Gaber. It is. She's just trying to push through the screen and then extended her arms. If she would have continued, probably could have drawn the foul against Briar Cliff. Slaughter will inbound into Comstock. Comstock has her dribble but doesn't use it. Sokolowski catches and dribbles towards the far side. Back across the top to Comstock with 10 on the shot clock. Comstock gets to the low block with a dribble. Looks to bounce it through traffic. Stolen away by Haas. Nice defense by McKenna Haas and a travel against Morgan Pitts. She stole it, turned it up the floor. Got tangled up in her own feet. Lost her footing, and it, like I said, the turnover will give it back to Briar Cliff, the 16th turnover of the day against Clarke. Sudman will hand it right back to Slaughter, the inbounder. Into Sudman, baseline jumper, no good. Rolls over the rim. Lamprecht tried to fight for it. Does not get the rebound. Morgan Pitts does, but the heel of her shoe was on the inbounds line. It'll go back to Briar Cliff with the inbounds play coming. Inbounded to Lamprecht through the paint to Comstock. Poked at. She collects it back in. Sokolowski trying to set up Slaughter. Slaughter drives baseline where she's cut off. Bounced out to the elbow. Lamprecht takes 2 steps off the dribble. Blocked down by Haas and out of bounds. So the Chargers will call their inbounds play with 7 on the shot clock. Couple of screens into Lamprecht up top with 5. Look to bounce it down to Sudman. Sudman collects and was fouled by Emma Gaber. Big foul with just 2 on the shot clock. But it's only the 3rd foul. But it does reset the clock to 20. So the Chargers get some more time to work offensively. Thrown in to Sudman, top of the key. Sudman to Slaughter. Slaughter, no look pass out to Sokolowski. She wasn't anywhere close, had to run out and get it. Now Sokolowski had her pass knocked out of the air and down. Jaden Businger will check into the Charger lineup. Sometimes you don't want to try to do too much and be clean with it. Slaughter looks for an inbounder. Gets it to Slaughter. Slaughter with three, or Sokolowski with three. Slaughter wants a three as the shot clock expires and gets it to go. 15 for Peyton Slaughter. One of the Chargers obviously poked the ball after that play, so Mr. Referee stops play and says don't touch the ball when it goes through the hoop. All right, sir, we got you. No problem. 46-40. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Michaels on the dribble. Refereeing crew actually done a very, very good job today. They don't always get that nod. Entry pass to Haas, overthrown, goes off of Haas's hands and out of bounds. So the Chargers will have it. Briar Cliff shooting 39%. Clarke all the way down to 35%. That was as high as 53% at one point today. Pass intended for Lamprecht, kicked down by Michaels. Hockey style. Our hometown Musketeers in action tonight over at the Tyson Event Center, USHL Hockey. Taking on the Youngstown Phantoms. I think I'll head there next. More sports, nothing wrong with that. Also got men's college soccer. Briar Cliff and Morningside in the GPAC semifinals under the lights over at Elwood Olson Stadium. Chargers come up empty. Michaels at the top of the key with 3:20 to play in the third. Good ball movement. Pitts open for three. Airmailed it. No good. Pulled out of the air by Slaughter. Slaughter takes the center of the floor to try to spread it out. Good pass through traffic to Comstock. Little long, but she runs it down. She turns, gets back underneath the hoop, and stepped out. Going for a reverse lay-in, stepped out of bounds. Coach Power will use this time to bring in four Chargers: Carly, Sudman, Allen, and Deitzler. So with 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter, Chargers defensively. Ubel, baseline jumper, no good. She follows her shot beautifully, gets the offensive rebound. Fresh 20 on the shot clock revision now. Goes to 20 instead of the full shot clock. Running floater good for Gianna Michaels. That'll cut the Charger lead down to 46-42. Sudman has an opening right side, steps in and is fouled, I believe by Michaels, who tried to step over and stop the drive. That is on Michaels. That'll be her third. Team's fourth. Michaels got poked up in the mouth, and I hope she's not holding a tooth, is she? I hope not. Was that a tooth? Coach Courtney Boyd put something in her pocket. No, there'd be blood. What else could it be, though? I know she got popped in the mouth. I'm not laughing at that at all. But she handed something to her head coach. First free throw no good by Sudman. Second one is good. Sudman with 8. The training staff here for Briar Cliff on the case. 47-42. Ubel drives baseline, cuts through two Chargers and gets the lay-in. Very nice play by Tina Ubel. 2:06 to play, third quarter. Down to Deitzler on the block, playing with 4 fouls. Sudman has it at the free throw line. Sudman starts a drive and kicks it out to Slaughter. Slaughter drives, running right-hander, no good. Too strong off the back of the rim. Rebounded by the pride of Clarke. Culbertson playing with 4 fouls into their lineup. Finish up the third quarter. She's a very good dribbler. Running the point for Clarke. She drives baseline, throws it through to Ubel. Ubel tries to use her height to her advantage. Blocked down by Deitzler on the putback attempt after she missed the first one and got the offensive rebound. Taylor Lamprecht back into the ball game for Briar Cliff. Inbounds play, far side of the basket for Clarke. Lobbed into Pitts. Pitts gets around Allen, then puts the brakes on, throws it near side. Culbertson open for three. Good. Beautiful follow through on the three-point attempt, and we're tied at 47. Sudman comes around a screen and dishes into the corner for Allen. Allen to Carly up top. Sudman calls for it in the paint, drives on Culbertson, gets it to go, and a three-point play chance coming up, and that'll be it for Culbertson. That'll be her fifth foul. Team's fifth as well. So Culbertson will foul out early. (49-47). Coach Boyd will bring in Kaylee Van Zielen into the lineup for Clarke. (49-47), 68 seconds left. Sudman at the free throw line for the three-point opportunity. Good. She has 12. Pressure by the Chargers with a three-point lead. Van Zielen has it across the half-court stripe. Begin looks with a dribble to the right baseline. Good ball movement by Clarke. Ubel bounces into the corner for Begin. She'll take a few dribbles. Van Zielen over to Pitts. Pitts shoots over Lamprecht. Good. Morgan Pitts with 5. 50-49. Keegan held, will twirl around, has Sudman. Sudman goes on Faith Begin, and Begin will pick up her second foul. Sudman just kind of taking over the latter part here of the third quarter. The Trainer, Iowa native. Sudman's free throw is good. So Connor Sudman had 4 going in at halftime, but has bettered that and then some. Second free throw for Sudman is good. She hits them both. 13 for Connor Sudman. 3-point lead, 52-49. Good press break by Clarke. It's Pitts. Pitts goes the distance. Left-hand lay-in. Good for Morgan Pitts. Had a teammate kind of blocking out one of the Charger defenders, not allowing her a chance to come through the paint, and Allen travels. Turnover. 13th of the afternoon for Briar Cliff. We'll put it back in the hands of the Pride with 23 seconds left, the shot clock off. Begin across the half-court stripe. Left-handed dribble. Stutter steps into her dribble a few times. Leaves it off for Pitts. Pitts looked for a baseline pass to Ubel, but cut down by Lamprecht. (52-51). 12 seconds to go in the quarter. Into Pitts, shot directly off the pass, no good. Ubel's put back, good on the offensive glass. Tina Ubel has had a great game so far with 2. Held with a long 3, no good, and we're through with 3 quarters here at the Newman Flanagan Center. Clarke 53 and Briar Cliff 52. Take a brief pause on the Charger Sports Network. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter. So as we get set to start the fourth quarter, it's Clarke 53 and Briar Cliff 52, leading scorers to this point. For the Chargers, it's Peyton Slaughter with 15, Connor Sudman with 13, Madeline Deitzler with 10, Alyssa Carley with 7. For Clarke, Tina Ubel with 15, McKenna Haas with 10, and Morgan Pitts with 7. Shooting through three quarters, Briar Cliff at 38%, 17 of 45. Clarke at 41%, 20 of 49. Chargers start the fourth quarter with a basketball. 2 of 9 beyond the arc for Clarke, 7 of 15 for Briar Cliff. Sudman to Deitzler up top for 3. Good! Madeline Deitzler with a big 3. She's got 13. Great way to start the quarter. Free throw line, both teams have hit 11. 11 of 18 for Clarke, 11 of 16 for Briar Cliff. 41-22, the rebounding advantage for Clarke. Does they throw it away. Brianna Allen comes out with a steal. Bench scoring 14-7 for Clarke. Points in the paint, 30-14 for Clarke. Slaughter for 3, no good. Grazes the rim. Ubel with a rebound. She loses her footing and they call a foul to Connor Sudman, her third. Second chance points 13-2 for Clarke, and points off the turnover 15-12 for Clarke. Slaughter with 15 to lead the way. Ubel with 15 and 9 rebounds to lead the way in her team, both of those categories. Deitzler the leading rebounder with 5 for the Chargers. Bounce pass to the baseline for Haas. Lay in good. She's got 12. Got behind the defense to tie the game at 55. Allen looks around, has Slaughter. Slaughter steps into a dribble. Wants Sudman, gets it there. Sudman, 2, top of the key, no good off the right side of the rim. Michaels runs it down. She'll turn it up for Clarke. She finds Pitts. Pitts cuts into the paint. Out to begin for 3, no good. Rebounded by Haas, but she's in too deep onto the basket, so she'll throw it back up top for Michaels. Michaels drives, left elbow jumper, no good. Poked through a couple of hands and out of bounds. Last touch by Haas. LSU leading Alabama 19-13, and Wisconsin leading Iowa 7-6. First one to 10 might win that game in Madison. It's definitely not going to be a Pac-12 shootout. We can promise you that. Slaughter throws it up top. Deitzler wants another 3 from straight on, no good. Rebound goes high off the back square into the hands of Michaels. Entry pass looking for Haas, poked out by Deitzler. They'll say she touched it last. So the Pride will inbound way in the far corner. 8:02 to go in the ball game. We're tied at 55. Pass comes to the near side wing for Begin. Up to Pitts. Pitts to Michaels with 8 on the shot clock. She gets baseline. Throws up a left-handed lay-in, no good. Haas with a rebound, put back good. Deitzler's done. 5th foul to Madeline Deitzler. So she has used her eligibility for today and fouls out with 13 points. And Taylor Lamprecht will have to play some big minutes. 7:49 to go. So Coach Power will be calling on his bench to come up big in the post. Free throw good for Haas. 15 for McKenna Haas. 58-55 Clarke. Slaughter looks to go coast to coast. Throws it in, but it's going to be a charge against Peyton Slaughter. Haas takes it nicely. Slaughter's 4th, team's 3rd. Kind of saw it coming. Haas stepped over. She knew the ball was coming right to her. And give her credit, she stuck in there and didn't move. It's so hard to do. And now Allen's going to get called for a foul. Got tangled up in the backcourt with Michaels. So the foul's racking up again on the Chargers. 4 called against Briar Cliff, none called against Clarke here in the fourth quarter. Michaels finds Pitts. She gets it across the half-court stripe to Ubel on the left wing. Bounces back to Pitts. Pitts drives left and is fouled by Lamprecht. her first, team's 5th. So it'll be 2 free throws the rest of the way now for Clarke, with 7:27 to go in the game. So Morgan Pitts will be at the free throw line. She entered the game today without attempting a free throw. Hits that one. She's got 8. Second one is good. She hits both. Pitts has 9. So it's 60-55, and a travel by the Chargers will turn it back over to Clarke. 15th turnover of the day, whistled against the Chargers. Five-point Clarke lead. They've led by as many as 8 today. 60-55 the score. Michaels with the catch underneath the Charger hoop. Double teamed. Looks for an outlet and has begin, but a timeout by Coach Courtney Boyd. It'll be a full timeout. She'll have a couple left in her pocket, but it'll be a full timeout, so we'll take a brief pause here on the Charger Sports Network. We'll be right back. The Pride of Clarke has a 60-55 lead with 7:13 to play in the ball game here at the Newman Flanagan Center at Briar Cliff. Chargers 1-2 on the season. Clarke 2-0. Briar Cliff looking at the top-ranked team in NAI Women's Division II basketball. Coming up in a week from today at Concordia. Concordia took Division I Drake to Creighton to overtime, albeit an exhibition, but still. Sudman with a steal. Sudman shot no good, but a bump foul coming against McKenna Haas. That'll be her third. Team's first of the fourth quarter. Sudman a shooting foul, though. But Creighton a pretty successful Division I program, and Coach Drew Olson's team gave them all they wanted and then some to open up their season in exhibition play. But Concordia ranked number 1, the defending champs, and for no very good reason. Free throw good for Sudman, hits both. She's got 15. Her and Peyton Slaughter now both with 15 on the day. (60-57), 7:05 to play here. Then we got to get over to the to Elwood Olson Stadium. Charger men's soccer against Morningside. I know the sports information staff will be there in full force. They'll keep you updated on the social medias here at Briar Cliff. You can also get the live stream via Morningside's website. Haas with a catch. Haas turns. Haas shoots. Haas scores. 17 for McKenna Haas. Chargers want to get back quick. They do. They beat the defense back. Sudman has 17. 62-59. Comstock pushes near side. Businger for 3. No good. Ubel with the rebound. About ready to cross the 6-minute mark in the ball game. Taken away by the Chargers. Businger, center of the floor, top of the key. Into the corner. Comstock for three, and the tie no good. Haas with the rebound. Pitts dribbling through traffic, nothing doing right now. She continues that dribble as she looks over her options. Haas across the court, back to Pitts with 10, back to Haas, and it is going to be a block foul against the Chargers. It'll go against Sudman and be her fourth. She hit the deck pretty hard, got to make sure she's okay. Thought she was set underneath there, but unfortunately not the case. LSU somehow is blowing out Alabama 33-13 at halftime. Didn't see that one coming. Didn't check that score for a while. Sudman's up on what probably should have been a charge, but 5:28 to play in the ball game, 62-59. K-State and Texas tied at 14. Wisconsin up 14-6 over Iowa at halftime. So it'll be Haas at the free throw line, working on a 17-point day. LSU's 33 points are the most an opponent has scored in a single half against Alabama during Nick Saban's tenure there. Wow. Of course, the excuse is going to be that Tua isn't healthy for Alabama fans, but looks like they're just flat getting blown out. Haas misses the free throw, and Sokolowski has the rebound. Chargers with a basketball, down 3. Held, gets a screen from Lamprecht, works down the paint, lay in, no good. Rebounded by McKenna Haas. She's got 12 rebounds to go along with 17 points, as we expected. Double-double for McKenna Haas. Knocked out of bounds by Held. .505 to play. 62-59. Carly make that Businger goes for the steal, but can't get it. Thrown into Haas. Haas going to be fouled by Sokolowski. Her third. Team's 7th of the quarter. Even though we quit keeping track at 5. Clarke's been in the double bonus for a while. They've only been whistled once here in this quarter. Free throw line for Haas. Good. She gets the roll. Haas has 18. Second one for Haas is good as well. She has 19. And it'll be held with the dribble for Briar Cliff. Working left to right. Businger comes around the top of the key. Haas blocks it away. Now steals it. 64-59, Clarke basketball. Ahead to Gaber. Gaber underneath. Had it taken out of her hands and out of bounds. Allen, Slaughter, and Carly into the lineup for Briar Cliff. Michael set to inbound. Van Zeeland was open for a second in the corner. They go up top to Gaber instead. Gaber looks, throws up a left-handed runner and banks it in from straight on. She's got 4. 66-59. Businger, Lamprecht had an opening. Drives left side, no good, up and over the rim. And the foul coming to McKenna Haas, her 4th, team's 2nd. Will be a shooting foul for Taylor, though. Emma Clation into the lineup for Clarke. Lamprecht's free throw is no good, unfortunately. She'll get one more, though. Trying to cut into that 7-point Clarke lead. Big spin of the ball for Taylor and a bend of the knees. Second free throw, no good. Too strong off the back square. Pulled in by Michaels. Gianna Michaels will look back, knowing Slaughter was back there. She lost the handle all by herself. Picked up off the deck by Businger, and Slaughter comes out with it. Peyton Slaughter will look up for Briar Cliff. Slaughter adjusts her headband on the way down the floor. Businger with a dribble, gets a screen up top from Lamprecht. Cutting inside, Alyssa Carley. Lay in no good. Put back good, and an and one for Carley. Gotta stay with it sometimes, and she did nicely. Foul will go to Gaber and be her third, team's third. Connor Sudman back in the Briar Cliff lineup. 3:56 to go in a 5-point game. Big free throw here for Alyssa Carley. Carley's free throw is no good. Gaber with a rebound. So it'll take a couple of defensive stops, so the Chargers right back in it. 3:45 to play. 66-61. Begin dribbles on the left wing. She throws it across the top. Gaber with it into the corner for Michaels. Michaels back up top. Gaber open for three. No good. Off the mark. Ball poked around into the hands of Begin. She'll drive baseline. Little out of control. Has Van Zeeland to Michaels. Runner in the lane. No good. Haas saves it and throws it off the midsection of Alyssa Carley and out of bounds. Just a terribly sloppy possession by Clarke, but they will retain it with 9 seconds left. It'll be Ubel to inbound, left side of her hoop. Couple of screens set, goes to Pitts in the paint. Pitts drives through the paint, and they're going to call a little touch foul on Sudman, I think. It will be on Sudman. That'll be her fifth, and she's done. The second Charger that's fouled out. Sudman will foul out with 17. After a lot of the stuff they're letting go, it's really a poor foul call, but it is what it is. Morgan Pitts will have free throws nonetheless, and she'll make the most of it. Free throw good. 10 now for Morgan Pitts. (68-61). Morgan Pitts hit both. She's had a good night with 11. Go along with 5 rebounds. She's been very efficient for her team. Businger, after the handoff, fires for three. It's off the mark, no good. Kaylee Van Zeeland with a rebound. She's got 4 points and 4 rebounds today off the Clarke bench. Van Zeeland catches. Up top for Gaber. Gaber looks over some options. They swing it around the perimeter to Pitts. Pitts run into by Slaughter, and that'll be Slaughter's fifth, and she's done. Slaughter will foul out with 15, the third Charger to foul out. Keegan Held will check back into the lineup. So 3 of the Chargers starting 5 fouled out, 17, 15, and 13. They score 45 of the 61 points to this point of the game. Pitt's free throw is good. She just hit 2 and now make it 3 straight. Second one on the way for Pitts is good. So all 6 of her fourth quarter points have come at the free throw line. Businger around the top of the key and a foul coming. Or not. Businger out to Carley. Carley for 3. Banks it in good. Alyssa Carley has 12. Coach Mike Power would like a timeout. 70-64 with 2:32 to play. Coach Courtney Boyd still has 2 timeouts. Coach Power has 3. So the Chargers trail by 6. (70-64). It'll be Clarke basketball. Morgan Pitts will do the inbounding. Averaging 6.5 a game, and she's doubled that today with 13. She's been excellent. Gaber back to Morgan Pitts. Allen will come out and guard her. Across the top to Michaels and over to Gaber. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Bounced into Haas. Haas backs in. Lost the handle. Catches, shoots, and is fouled. Alyssa Carley picks up her 3rd. Team's 10th. Now been whistled 16 times in the second half to 9 for Clarke. Approaching 30 fouls on the day. Haas's free throw is good. Haas's second free throw is good. Boy, she's good. Wow, 20 points. Make it 21 points and 13 rebounds for McKenna Haas. Businger thought about a long 3, won't take it. Carley will drive. Carley throws it back up top and throws it away. Backcourt violation. Whistled against the Chargers. Turnover, their 16th of the contest. We'll give it to Clarke. And it's lobbed into Michaels. She'll start the offense for Clarke. Under 2 minutes to go. Held almost had the steal, but Michaels gathers it back in with her dribble. She'll lob it into the corner for Gaber, into Haas. Haas gets the inside track. The foul will be called against Jaden Businger, but before the shot went, so it'll be a shooting foul regardless. Free throw is good again for McKenna Haas. 6 of 10 at the free throw line for her today. Make it 7 of 11. She hits another one. Held, hands it off to Businger. Businger thought about a 3, drives instead, shoots over Haas. No good. Rebound pulled in by Morgan Pitts. 74-64. The lead is swelled to 10 for Clarke. Down to 15 on the shot clock. Bounced inside to Ubel, who got behind the defense for her 17th point of the game. Tina Ubel with a basket. One-Eyed Jacks post-game report coming up. We'll run down the stats for you. Give you some finals from around the conference. Held. Left-handed running lay-in good for Keegan Held, and a timeout by Coach Mike Power. So the Chargers take the timeout here on the Charger Sports Network, and we'll be right back. .2 seconds to play here in the ball game. 76-66. Clarke has the lead, led by a sparkling day from McKenna Haas. 23 points and 13 rebounds. Tina Ubel in double figures as well with 17 and 10. Morgan Pitts in double figures at 13. So 3 double-digit scores for Clarke today as they look to remain unbeaten and go to 3-0. .54 seconds to go. Pitt set to throw it in, does so. Emma Gaber with it. Begin, works the far sideline, has Tina Ubel wide open underneath for her 19th point. And it's 78-66. Held, lobs it across the top. Carly fires for 3, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Pitts with 30 seconds left. Lamprecht tried to tie her up. They're going to call a foul on her instead. We'll walk to the other end for free throws. Taylor's second. It'll be Morgan Pitts at the free throw line. And Pitts will step up and go through her routine, and the free throw is good. All of her fourth quarter points have been at the free throw line. In fact, most of her points today have been at the free throw line. In and out, no good on the second one. And a timeout called. So Morgan Pitts on the day has 14 points, has 7 rebounds, but she's 10 of 11 at the free throw line. So very, very good from there. (43-7), the Charger football team fell against Dordt today. So they'll finish their season against Jamestown. Next week on the road, Jamestown fell today 41-14 to Dakota Wesleyan. Inbound play to Carly in the near corner. Bounced into Lamprecht. Out to Held. Held for 3. No good. Rebound pulled in by Tina Ubel, who's fouled by Alyssa Carly. So with 22 seconds left, shot clock will be off. It'll be Emma Gaber at the free throw line. She got 4 today. Free throw is no good, a little strong. So for the Chargers, they've got the week off. They'll be at Concordia next Saturday. Free throw, 1 of 2 for Emma Gaber. She's got 5. 80-66. With 15 seconds to go here at the Newman Flanagan Center. Businger's pass is batted down out of the air by Michaels, and Michaels will hold, but then a foul. No, a travel by Michaels. So I'll give it back to Briar Cliff with an even 10 seconds left. So we'll give you some stats and wrap this one up here in our One-Eyed Jacks postgame show. Businger with a long 3. Her first basket of the day. 80-69, and the pride of Clarke will move to 3-0 on the season. They win it with a big fourth quarter, where they score 27 points in the fourth and win it 80-69 here on the Charger Sports Network at bcuchargers.com. Briar Cliff falls to 1-3 on the season. Clarke is 3-0. Got a fantastic team. Very, very talented, especially in the post. They are very hard to defend down low and do a great job when they get the basketball, I'll tell you that. So 80-69, your final score. Clarke shoots 26 of 60 on the day. Briar Cliff shoots 22 of 62. Now, let's see here. Let's get a reload for you on these stats, and then we'll have the officials in. We'll run down the individual scoring for you as well. We'll just wait and let those reload for us. Thank you. So we'll do our One-Eyed Jacks postgame report here and send you on your way here on your Saturday. Chargers were led by Connor Sudman with 17. 15 for Peyton Slaughter, 13 for Madeline Deitzler, 12 for Alyssa Carley. 4 from Shannon Sokolowski, 3 from Jaden Businger, 2 from Keegan Held, 2 from Bryceland Comstock, and a free throw from Taylor Lamprecht. For Clarke, they were led by McKenna Haas with 23 points and 13 rebounds. Tina Ubel, 19 points and 11 rebounds. Morgan Pitts had 14. Then it was Emma Gaber with 5. Faith Begin with 4. Gianna Michaels with 4. Emma Clation with 4. Kaylee Van Zeelen with 4. And they got 3 from Skylar Culbertson. On those final game stats for you, Clarke shot 43% on the day. .26 of 60 is their final tally. They were 2 of 11 beyond the arc. They finished with 40 rebounds to Briar Cliff's 21. Briar Cliff shot 23 of 63. Good for 37%. They were 10 of 25 beyond the arc and 13 of 21 at the free throw line. Clarke 26 of 37 from the free throw line. Rebounds 58 to 26. Clarke with the advantage. 13 assists, 17 turnovers for Briar Cliff. 13 assists, 22 turnovers for Clarke. Bench scoring at 17 to 12 for Clarke. Points in the paint 42 to 20. Second chance points 18 to 4. And 19 to 16 the final tally in points off of turnover. So the Chargers will have the week off. They'll be back at it next Saturday at Concordia. Men's basketball against Presentation later on tonight. Charger men's soccer team across town at Elwood Olsen Stadium to take on Morningside at 6 o'clock. For the video crew and the sports information department here at Briar Cliff, I'm Justin Barker saying good afternoon. Final score: Clarke 80, Briar Cliff 69 on the Charger Sports Network at bcuchargers.com. Good night.